Okay, boys and girls, it's time to clear some stuff up concerning who is actually Israel, because there seems to be a lot of confusion going on, especially with the Groypers, the Nick Fuentes group. Everyone's coming out, Candace Owens. So let's put some stuff into perspective. Who are the children of Israel in the most current sense of the word? So the last book of the Bible, we have the book of Revelations 7:4, and I heard a number sealed, 144,000 sealed from every tribe of the sons of Israel. And then it proceeds with Revelations 21:12. 12. It was a great high and 12 gates and 12 angels on the gates named the 12 tribes, the sons of Israel inscribed. Now, all those verses listed the actual physical tribes of Israel. Okay, that's the last book of the Bible, the book of Revelations. Their idea was that in the end times, the physical Israel would be counted as Israel. Nothing has changed, not even after the crucifixion. Now, you're going to bring up Romans 9. The matter in this matter was not the disillusionment of Israel. Paul did not, the cross did not dissolve Israel. Faith did not dissolve Israel. Okay. I, the case of Revelation above still stands, but if you wanted me to go into Romans 9, which everyone wants to cite, the matter of the Apostle Paul is addressing clearly is a matter of salvation that is not by birth, least Esau would have been saved. But God is the one who does the choosing. It's not by who is born. It is always God's choice. It has nothing to do with those who are Israel or not Israel by flesh and those who believe or not believe. People die under the law. People die apart from the law. They're still Israel. They're still Jews. Apostle Paul was no less a Jew when he was Saul. He counted. He was always a Jew, and even after the the movement of Damascus, even after that, Paul still called himself a Jew of the tribe of Benjamin. And let's get another thing clear: the Apostle Paul circumcised took Timothy for circumcision. He celebrated Jewish holidays. They still sacrificed in the temple. So if you want to pat yourself back on the on your back saying, "Oh, but we're really Israel, right? We're the good people, right? We're not like those unbelievers who didn't believe in the Savior, Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ. We're the real Israel right here." To that point, the Apostle Paul in the book of Romans 11, which you wanted to bring up Romans. Here we go to this point of gloating. He gives you this warning: for if God did not spare the natural branches, he will not spare yours either. You either. He will not spare your children. If you're so happy that you believe and that you're better than Israelite, does it mean that your children are going to be saved? That's his warning. If he cut the natural branches, which is Israel, then he'll cut your branches too. So don't go gloating around. Now, concerning the promises, all right, we have the promises of Noah, all right, when God sent the rainbow, that he would not destroy the world by water anymore. That's one set of promises. Then you have Abraham's promises. Then you have the law's promises. Then you have David's promises. Then you have the gospel promises. Now tell me, did the law discontinue Abraham's promises? Did David's uh did the promise God gave to David disannul dissolve the promises of the law or Abraham? Because in the book of Matthew, do not think I've come to abolish the law. So the gospel is not there to abolish the law nor its promises. And the gospel itself has its own promises. John 15:16. Now, if you do not understand these verses, and it's been 10 years since you've been a Christian, shame on you and shame on your teaching. If you've only done this for 3 years, I can understand getting whipped up into the crowd. Okay, now you know better. Now you don't need to be an idiot about things. All right. I taught you something. And if you've been spending a couple, and if you learned anything from what I've taught you, in which your teachers are not teaching you, you know who to give your tithe to. I'm going to include my Bitcoin and my Solana at the end of this. All right. Don't be lax. If I taught you something, don't be lax. All right. We are not the, if you are a Gentile, that does not make you, that doesn't make you part of the tribes. All right. Now, in the book of Ezekiel, when there's partitioning of the land in the world to come, we'll be given a section within the tribes that doesn't make us part of the tribes. Okay, everyone? It's Morgan McGee, Grace is Reward. I teach more stuff like this and other things like that. But you have, don't go swing. You think you, if you think you know theology, just be a little humble about things. All right. I ask you to be a little humble about wanting to swing your arm fist around a little